One more quarterback left on the five we're getting to today. And we're going way out west. Another super interesting quarterback situation at 21.
I know. We're going Jimmy G at 21. Yeah, I mean, Jimmy G. Oh, there's my man Kyle Shanahan. We're in our Texas uniforms. Woo, 1-87. That was a deadly combination.
You look sleepy in that photo.
Man, yeah, it was after a game, too.
Was it really?
Yeah, it really was. It was after a game.
You wore yourself out.
I probably did.
Yeah.
I was kicking somebody's ass in the Big 12. It was tiring that day in that Texas heat. It was just not easy throwing for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns every game. Jeez.
Somebody had to do it.
Somebody had to do it. It might as well be me.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Jimmy G, 21. Gosh, availability is an issue. Let's just start right there.
First term I had written down.
I mean, of course. How it's the first thing you have to think about. It's why the 49ers drafted a quarterback in the first round. Let alone, listen, I understand people are going to be able to look at it in a base way. And Jimmy G does a lot of good things. I don't want to, totally crap on him here. It's not about that, okay? Because there are a lot of good things, and I'm going to get into that. But also, too, I guess I'm just fighting back about what people say to me and I hear sometimes. Oh, well, look at his record. He never loses. Oh, every time he's out there. I get that. That's a good thing, too. But, damn, there's a lot of quarterbacks we could have put on that 49ers team and they're going to win games. Even high-quality backups. The problem with the 49ers and why that stat looks so crazy sometimes is the 49ers have dropped the ball on good backup quarterbacks. They've had crap there. So they've lost a lot of football games that he's not in there just because it's below average backup quarterback play, right? And even when he's healthy and, yes, they win and all that, they've sent you the signals, yeah, we're winning. We don't think he's playing good enough still. They've been telling us for 2 years. Everything. Just listen to John Lynch or Kyle Shanahan. And let alone all the things we know about trying to trade or get Tom Brady or Matthew Stafford or Deshaun Watson and blah, blah, blah. And we're going to trade. So they're telling you that, yeah, health is an issue, but even when he plays, we're not exactly in love with it. We're not like, oh, man, he's awesome. We want to keep him for 10 years. There's issues there that way. He's physically limited in his ability to move in the pocket or extend plays. And then his arm is really NFL average, but he has a quick release and great, anticipation. So that saves him a little bit. And that's where he's really good. Man, he is good in the pocket and, people around, and he can kind of get his feet awkward and just flick it and do things like that and get the ball out of his hands really quick. So I love that aspect of him. But is he going to make plays out of the realm of the offense a whole lot? Absolutely not. And to me, that's where kind of he falls into the 21 category.
Which issue caused him to fall further in your mind down to 21? Is it the availability, which you said right away, or is it his level of play when he is healthy?
It's a little bit of a combination. I think the availability was probably the most prevailing thing that I thought of right away, right? But two, I think it's the rest of that to go with it. Whether it's, I know early last year they won some games. He was playing good, but I wasn't sitting there going, oh, wow, this is amazing. Hey, they lost to Arizona in week 1. What was it, week 2? Was that the Jets game or the Giants game? I get them confused because week 2 Jets game looked pretty good, but that was the week he hurt his ankle, right? So you're going, okay, things are looking good. But even in those 2 games, I wasn't sitting there again going, oh, wow, he's blowing me away with plays and throws and movement and all those type of things. Absolutely not. So, yeah, I think it's that. Maybe even a little bit of the taste of the year before in the playoff run where he was kind of incapable of making some big plays against the better defenses in football that year, all of those type of things. So, big bet. I mean, Jimmy G is a good quarterback. To me, he is system dependent. He needs a system that is foolproof, and then he can execute it and you're going to win games. But if the system doesn't deliver, I don't think he's the type of guy that's going to make a few throws or a few plays in the pocket where you're just going to go, me, he did it. They won the game. Unbelievable.
So they go out and make a massive trade to go out and get a quarterback who maybe he isn't system dependent. Next question. What do you see as more likely this season? Jimmy Garoppolo plays well. They're a major factor, maybe even a force in January. Or Trey Lance takes over early to midseason and that era begins.
I think if you made me bet, I'd probably take option 1. But I feel like this is something my dad said to me early on in the process, and I know he's going to be calling in here in a second. I would think there's still going to be, it could be a year where Jimmy Garoppolo is the guy, but you're going to see Trey Lance in every game for a few plays.
Maybe the way Taysom Hill used to do it.
Hey, here's a series. We got a few runs for him, an easy pass off these runs that we had designed for him. experience is an issue with Trey Lance. The fan base is excited. We traded away 3 first-round picks. So, like, you kind of satisfy that need. Shanahan can kind of get his head around how he wants to attack offenses for the future with Trey Lance. But, the rest of the team doesn't have to go through the learning curve because they are in the Super Bowl window. I mean, they are. Damn, the 49ers are good. So that's where this whole thing with the 49ers is really interesting, because they could go 13-4 and be the number 1 seed in the NFC with Jimmy Garoppolo, and you just go, okay, so now what are you going to do for 2022?
Yeah.
Right, but they're going to have to go to Trey Lance, I would think.
At some point,
but
sure.
But yeah, so that's where I'm at with Jimmy G. Again, I like him, don't love him. There are physical limitations to his game, but he does know how to play the position. And like I talked about, he's kind of good at hopping around in the pocket, not needing to be in a perfect spot to throw a, 10-yard curl or 15-yard curl down the middle. His feet can be cockeyed, and he can kind of flick it there with his arm, and he's got that quick release. But, yeah, like I've said, if the schematics fail, he's not the guy that's going to carry your team in a bad moment.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.